first video, I talked a little bit about pronunciation. If you remember, it counts for 25% of your test score. But in order to get a high band in the test, you don't need to speak with a British or American accent, or even Australian accent. However, you must be easily understood, and it helps to have good intonation, sentence stress, and pronounce individual sounds correctly. In this video, I'm going to present a few pronunciation tips, starting from a basic to a more advanced level. First, let's talk about individual sounds. Now, English words are not often pronounced the way they are spelled, which can be problematic for many learners. When you learn a new word, you need to learn how to say it correctly. There is a useful website called ivona.com, where you can enter a word and listen to its pronunciation. Here are some common words which learners often mispronounce. Worked. There are 3 ways to pronounce the final ed of regular verbs in the past simple. After unvoiced sounds such as k, p, f, and s, the final ed is pronounced like t, as in the word hot. The e remains silent. Here are some examples. Worked, picked, fixed, missed, stopped. After voiced sounds such as v, g, and y, and all vowel sounds, the final ed is pronounced like d, as in the word good. Again, the e is silent. Here are some examples. Lived, played, mugged, cried, killed. After d and t, the final ed is pronounced id, as in did. Started, decided, traded, fitted, noted. Debt. In the word debt, the b is silent. We do not say debt. We say debt. Comfortable. The word comfortable has 3 syllables, not 4. The or is silent. We say comfortable, not comfortable. Comfortable. Clothes. The final sound is a the followed by an s. Clothes. If this is difficult for you, just pronounce it like close, as in close the door. Close. Answer. The W sound is silent. Answer. Do not say answer. Women. The O in women has a different sound than the O in the singular form woman. In women, the O is pronounced I, as in the word win. The E in women is also pronounced like an I. Women. Culture. Questions about your culture are very common in the speaking test. However, you should pronounce the word culture correctly. The first U is pronounced like the U in but, and the last syllable is pronounced ch. Here are some other words ending in ture, which are commonly used in the IELTS speaking test. Picture, adventure, future, nature. Usually. The first U in usually is pronounced like the word you. The S is pronounced like je in television. Usually. Tough. The word tough is a less common synonym of the adjective difficult. Using a few less common synonyms, as you know by now, can help you get bands 7 to 9. However, make sure to pronounce the word correctly. The O-U-G-H in tough is pronounced uff, like in stuff. Tough. recipe. If you have to describe a recipe in the speaking test, make sure you pronounce the word recipe correctly. The ending CIPE is pronounced CIPE, recipe. Okay, so let's get a bit more advanced. There is a very common sound in the English language which makes English sound English. It's called the schwa, and it's represented by this symbol. It sounds like this. This is probably the most common sound in English, and it can be spelled in many different ways. Listen to these words. About, taken, pencil, supply, provide. The sound is made with your mouth slightly open and relaxed, and without moving your tongue. It comes from the throat. The schwa is often found in unstressed suffixes and prefixes. Okay, so now let's get even more advanced. When native speakers speak at a natural speed, the pronunciation of many words changes and the schwa becomes even more common. Listen to this sentence spoken slowly. I went to a town where there were a lot of tourists. Now listen to the same sentence read quickly. I went to a town where there were a lot of tourists. Did you hear the difference? The pronunciation of unstressed words often changes in natural fast speech. These words include to, where, there, I, you, were, from, for, are, and of. In natural fast speech, they all contain the schwa sound. T, w, the, y, w, from, f, I went to a town where there were a lot of tourists. Now listen and repeat these examples, first slowly and then quickly. How are you? How are you? When are they arriving? When are they arriving? Where are you going? Where are you going? I've just got a present from my brother. I've just got a present from my brother. Have you ever been to Italy? Have you ever been to Italy? Do you know where the children are hiding? Do you know where the children are hiding? I'm going to town for an hour or two. I'm going to town for an hour or two. I've just got back from America. I've just got back from America. There are lots of interesting cafes in my town. There are lots of interesting cafes in my town. These are just a few typical pronunciation features of English. There are many others, and if you are interested in improving your pronunciation, there are plenty of courses on the internet, like the BBC's course.